Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ultimate Night 3 pre-show panel. My name is Travis Marks. I am joined alongside Trey Harris, making his return from last year, Jim Jones, and a special guest today, Mr. Jordan Brooks.
Hello.
Okay, who
Now-
let Brooks in the building?
Yeah.
Alright.
He's
Alright, now,
basically
gentlemen. Alright, now,
Disappointing.
gentlemen, last year it was Foxborough. This year we are in Chicago. We are in Soldier Field. We are ready for the Ultimate Night. And we're ready for 14 incredible matchups. I'm excited. I know you guys are excited. And why don't we just get into our first match? Why don't we just talk about our first matchup of the evening? We have two women that are going to be fighting for the very first time ever in Amber Reed and the Big Dog Kiwi, Haley Jones. What are you guys thinking about this match?
Amber's gonna win by fucking roll up.
Yeah, it's got to be Super Reed, isn't it?
Yeah, Super Reef for win, duh.
So both these women are very high-speed, energetic. I find. I think it'll be an interesting matchup between the two of them. But I'd have to say my money's on Reed just simply because I've seen more of her. Reed's got a very, very quick, sharp kind of set that I can enjoy, and I feel like if given the opportunity, she can definitely sneak away a win here.
It's definitely going to be very interesting. I've seen both women. Amber Reed has been on a roll throughout all of Ultimate Week, and Haley Jones, I believe we've only seen her one time at the Axis Secret show. I mean, she could possibly have a lot of energy.
Travis, it's a secret. Shh.
Yeah, damn it, Mark. You fucking idiot.
It already happened. Relax.
Shut up, it's still a secret.
Well, either way, Amber Reed, she's competed throughout a lot of Ultimate Week, and Haley Jones hasn't even had that many matches throughout this week, so you could see it as Haley having a little bit more energy going into this matchup.
You definitely could, but you could also take it as Reed. You could also take it as Reed having the momentum. You've got to consider it that way.
That's what I was going to say. It takes passion to show up for every Ultimate Night Week show and tear the house down.
Yep.
Just to build up momentum for Soldier Field, where you fall flat on your face. So in my eyes, Amber Reed has the momentum for this match.
But here's my thing, right? Pete, you want to say Haley Jones hasn't had as many matches, so there's several factors playing into that. One, obviously, Haley Jones is coming in fresh. She's barely had any matches. True. But here's another thing. Amber had 2 matches in one fucking day. One of them was a fucking death match, mind you. So I think Amber Jones is gonna win. So it's the fact of she's proven. Reed, Joe. You know what? I just woke up.
I've got you. It's okay.
I flew in from England 2 hours ago. I don't think
it's okay. Man.
Oh yeah, it's been crazy.
Yeah, unfortunately, I got flew out back home to Texas, and we had a tornado warning out here. So, gotta love that shit.
Well, hopefully everybody in Texas is doing well and is staying safe.
Yeah, we Gucci.
Hopefully everything's all right. All right. Well,
Amber Reed's winning.
All right. Well, as one of the commentators of the show, I have to remain neutral, so I won't be partaking in any predictions. But love to hear. But as always, love to hear what you guys think, as well as everybody in the chat. Let us know who you want to see win. Let us know what your predictions are. But moving on to another women's matchup. Now, this one will be kicking off the show later tonight. It is going to be Ryan Hyde against Joyce Andrews, the woman on the horizon. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. This is the first time we've seen both of these women face off against each other.
You know, out of these two women, if I were to pick, I think I'd have to put my money strictly on Joyce. I find Joyce has a very unique kind of fight to her. She's very, entertaining to watch and brings a certain kind of energy. that I really enjoy. Not to mention, I just haven't seen enough out of Hyde where I really would say that she's going to beat Joyce. So my money has to be on Joyce going into this one.
And Trey, what do you think about this?
we saw Joyce at No Fucks Given, and
She wasn't on that show.
She wasn't on No Fucks Given. I was yelling that entire show, sir.
Which one was he?
She was at Revelations of Radiant. She was at the pay-per-view before that.
That was it. Sorry. Yeah, the pay-per-view before that. Sorry. Jordan Brooks slipped me the wrong notes, so blame me.
Yeah, of course, blame me.
Definitely Brooks who did that. Definitely not me.
So
but,
on Revelations of Radiance, we saw Joyce Andrews, and she tore the house down.
Absolutely. And not to mention, we've seen Joyce Andrews over at HXW. Big shout out to MG, who's going to be joining me on commentary later today.
He's got a voice to do it.
But HXW, oh yeah, we're going to be doing the same thing as last year. We're going to be alternating the first 4 matches, and then you're going to see us go commentate the rest of it.
This shit.
But,
I've got the sub-commentary again.
Hashtag Brooks for commentary.
But ladies and gentlemen,
I was there last year.
For me, I feel Joyce Andrews had a lot to bring to the table. We know a lot about Joyce Andrews and what she's able to bring. Ryan Hyde, though, we haven't seen much of her, so that could play into her advantage. Maybe Joyce hasn't been able to study that much on Hyde. Maybe she'll have the element of surprise in a way.
That can be both a blessing and a curse. Sometimes I feel like
Agreed.
Familiarity is very important when it comes to wrestling, and knowing about your opponent does matter, but at the same time, if your opponent expects something out of you, if you can bring something different, that's the way you win. I feel like learning to adapt and continuing to adapt is what makes a better wrestler. So I'd say if Joyce has it within her to bring something new tonight, she has the advantage over Hyde.
I can definitely agree on that.
Here, I'm gonna point out the negatives in both guys, if you don't mind. Ryan Hyde can't keep the same style, and then it's a big thing because, like, obviously there are people in wrestling who can change their styles on a fly, but with Ryan Hyde, I don't feel she can be consistent with any style. You know, if you get what I mean when I say that. Joyce isn't the best in the ring. I'll be flat out. Isn't the best. So, unfortunately, due to the fact that she has more experience, I'm going to have to give it to Ryan Hyde.
And also, in front of these loud fans in Chicago, I mean, it's every show so far.
Oh, yeah. Soldier Field is filing in. Everybody's getting ready. They are definitely loud. We're in Chicago, probably one of the rowdiest wrestling crowds you could ever be in front of. Which I'm excited. I'm happy about that.
I swear to God, if I hear a CM Punk chant tonight, I'm fighting someone.
And it is too late. We already hear from the left side.
Yep. Already hearing some people saying that because you said it. Great job, Brooks.
Thanks,
great job.
Buddy.
All right. Well, let's go to the predictions. Who do you guys got for this?
Joyce.
Are we already?
I'd have to take Joyce just simply based off of, as I said, the opportunity to adapt and bring something new. And I hope she learns, from that and can surprise Ryan here with a big win.
Ryan Hyde, experience.
All right. Well, now let's move on to one of 2 death matches that will be happening today. That'll be happening tonight. This one. It's going to be different from our standard death match. It's just going to be a regular tornado tag match. Weapons are allowed. Anything's allowed. We're going to be having Weapon X, Aaron the Destroyer, and Kyle Young going up against Do Death Yourself. DDY.
Wait, they call themselves Weapon X? That's a fucking joke.
Themselves, dude.
Okay, let me talk a little bit here. So, as a man who's stepped in the ring with all of these men before, none of them are intimidating. None of them are scary. And none of them fit a death match. So let me preemptively put that out there.
Hold on.
I can somewhat disagree with Rage on that. Rage has been known
Rage is
being hardcore.
Excuse me. I'm gonna go get this one guy who's a very expert in death matches. If you don't mind me, gonna go get him. He's gonna be on this show.
Oh dear God. Oh boy.
Here's my take on all of that. I'm gonna give this match to DDY, right? And the reason I'm going to give this match to DDY is simply because Aaron and Kyle both suck.
Oh shit! I came back to hear Brooks sucks. Great, Ed Brooks.
So, here's the thing.
Well, ladies
Aaron-
and gentlemen, please welcome Psycho G as well.
Oh, welcome, G.
Hello.
I'm glad you're here.
Hey,
We can
buddy.
we can talk shit on people
Yes,
together.
we can both shit on everybody.
Oh, God.
This feels great.
So
I'm gonna stay here because
Aaron and
fuck you.
Aaron and Kyle
Alright.
both are overconfident and underperforming, and I see a lot in Johnny Miles. I do. So my answer here is going to be Rage and Miles, because I feel like Miles gives Rage the advantage to beat the rest of them.
Okay, so I'm gonna be a complete asshat. Aaron is a fucking little shit, don't get me wrong. He's somewhat durable, and he's competed in this environment in XWW somewhat.
He has. I fought him in
But
a.
he's gotten his ass kicked in this environment every time.
As well as NFG. We did also see Aaron
true,
Destroyer
but
and
again,
Adam Rage
he got
at
his ass
NXT.
kicked by Amber Reed and Adam Rage. Both guys who
Like a
lost
fish
to
out of the
Amber
water.
Reed. So I'm sorry. I think even Kyle Young, fucking Kyle Young, who did win his match, mind you, who did win, I believe. I don't fucking know, because I was actually preparing for a match that was actually fucking important on the card. So, here's my thing, here's my take. Johnny Miles is literally going to do what I used to do with Justin Tyler and carry him on his fucking back and walk away victor.
Wow.
So I got Johnny
well
Miles
then.
winning with the dead weight known as Adam Rage.
Well, damn.
Wow. Well, I'm going for Do Death to Yourself, and the reason why. If Aaron the Destroyer can't hit a ladder bridge properly, then yeah, Adam Rage and Johnny Miles 100%.
Can Aaron do
definitely have this
anything?
match.
Can he actually like do something? Like, well, anyways, y'all can continue.
Well, Jordan, who do you got for this?
As I said, I'm going to take DDY. I just feel like Weapon X as a team doesn't fit the environment quite as well. Not to mention, I feel like the strength of Miles and Rage will just be too much. I've fought him, I think 6 times now. I fought him. And I'm 5-1. So that just kind of puts a burden on that team for me. Kyle is a very interesting character, but I've also seen him get power bombed off the top of a cage. So
Saw him die. That was great. Times.
Yeah.
Good times.
So
Good times.
just based off of past experiences for me, DDY is the team that I would be more afraid of, as Johnny has beat me before, albeit through raking me in the eyes. But that's where I'm going to sit.
Well, another extreme matchup that we'll be getting to see. It's actually a rematch from last year's Ultimate Night. This time, though, it's going to be a Chicago street fight. So you guys think that history will repeat itself with Sophia Winters coming out the winner, or will Amber Williams shock the world and get a victory over Sophia this time around?
Y'all answer.
I think we're going to get the same outcome as last year. Just same story, different stage.
And different stipulation.
Yeah.
Because you also got to
So,
remember, it
same
is a
story,
Chicago
different
street fight.
Different stage. Yeah.
Yo, JJ, where's my wedding invite? Anyways.
Damn, son.
Anyways.
Wait, he didn't invite you either?
No, anyways, back
No,
to the actual
neither.
prediction.
His tag partner
Um,
didn't invite me to the
So, I mean,
All messing with Jay
Respectful.
Jones aside, I'd have to
Yeah.
put my money on Sophia. Sophia is the more sadistic of the two, I find, and I think the street fight environment will benefit her the most. Not to mention, I've seen Sophia win quite a lot of matches in her time around, and I think the experience of being that top woman somewhere is going to be enough to kind of push her over the edge in a bigger environment. She's been here before, she's done this before, so I feel like regardless to stips and, what's happened in the past, any of that can be pushed aside, and I'd put my money on Sophia.
especially what I was saying earlier about how these fans are the loudest
Mhm.
that I've ever heard. Pressure as well is a major factor when it comes to these big shows, these big matches. Maybe Amber Williams will fall in like she did last year. Because I've got to admit, in Foxborough, they were loud. But here, they're much louder.
Mhm.
out of character as well. I apologize to anybody who just got rickrolled. Well, not really.
Tom, what did you do?
Never gonna
I'm
give you up.
never gonna give
Never
you up.
gonna
Never gonna let you
down.
down.
Alright, well, alright, final prediction. What do you guys got?
As I said before, I am going to roll with Sophia in this.
Yep, I have to agree. Sophia Winters.
And I will remain impartial.
Alright, that's fair enough. Alright, now.
Please stop being boring.
Leave me alone, Jim Jones.
Alright, now,
Fuck you.
moving on. This matchup is going to be very interesting. It was the final matchup that was added to the card after, like I said, a lot of Ultimate Night show. I always leave the card subject to change line. This is a case of one of those examples. Originally, it was supposed to be Destiny's Generation in a triple threat. However, due to unforeseen circumstances, Huey Blunt and Brett Curtis will not be able to be here. So Nate West is going to be taking on Gorilla, Von Cruz, and
Oh
Jordan.
my-
Oh,
And
shit.
Jordan,
Do we
you have-
You really?
Well, hang
you
on,
brought
hang on.
Nate West.
And alright, and Jordan, you know quite a lot about both of these men, so I'm actually going to start out with you. How
Wow,
are you feeling
okay.
about this
You too.
matchup?
Quite a lot is an understatement, but to say that I respect Nate West would be a stretch. Nate and I have gone through a lot
Tired.
together. This man has made my life a living hell in XWW. This man has been the one who took away my only singles belt ever because I used my own move. He banned it. He has caused me so much stress and so much issues in my time. Even now with the other things I've started, he has started to, seep in and try and ruin my life. He has been a thorn in my side. He has been a constant issue, and I just can't get rid of him. Whereas GVC or GVB, as been known lately,
Oh my god.
has been, he was something to look up to. In Tribal, he carried Nate. He was the big muscle. He was the strong man. He was the one that threw everybody around, and Nate talked the talk like he couldn't. When given the opportunity, GVB shows off. He really does. He's a wonderful guy, and he honestly kicks a shit ton of ass. I'm not going to lie to you, this guy is incredible in ring. And if you haven't seen him
my
before,
God.
you're really in for a treat tonight. So, all bias aside, I know that Nate is going to bring a hell of a fight, because there is a lot of history here. There's a lot of pent-up aggression since Tribal has kind of ended. But the answer that I will give has to be GVC, not just because of my bias against Nate, even though I hate you, Nate.
Damn.
It's just sheer size difference. GVC is a massive, massive human being. He's not insanely tall or insanely big, but his combination of size, strength, speed is something very rare.
It's a
in this-
terrifying combination.
It is. And
Yeah.
the fact that this guy can lift people with such ease and throw people with such ease, and he has some badass tattoos, he's really, really got a big advantage going into this. And my pick would have to be GVC just based off the size and the strength that he has on Nate. I know Nate's going to try and use that speed to his advantage, but I just don't think it's going to work out tonight.
Well, G,
Now-
you also know quite a lot
Oh,
about
God.
these gentlemen, so what about you? What are you thinking about this?
Yeet. I've known Nate for a very long time, ever since the days of UWW. That's how long I fucking known him. But obviously Brooks has probably known him even longer than me. So when it comes to Nate, Nate's definitely very innovative. The high flying, he's a high flyer when it comes down to it. There's nobody better in the skies than Nate West. Maybe Jay Jones, but that's a maybe. When Nate West goes to the top, you don't know what the fuck he's gonna do. Spiral, tap, shooting, star, anything. But when it comes
That
to Gorilla
innovative
Van Cruz,
offense, isn't it?
Absolutely.
yeah, very innovating. Yes, very high flying and flippy shit for days. So here's my thing, right? But I take all this good shit about Nate. Nate's done a lot, obviously, a lot of good shit. And obviously, look at him in fucking HXW with the Defiant, former HXW tag team. But here's my thing. I've teamed with GVC. Hell, the dude uses a variation of my own fucking Riot Maker. So honestly, he's a fucking powerhouse. He's one of the best powerhouses I've seen in a very long time. He's not somebody you want to piss off. So unfortunately, no matter how much I love Nate, sorta, kinda, I mean, you did let Donald, walk away world champion. Endeavor gave me my rightful rematch shot, and I will be biased. GVC's gonna knock you the fuck out.
Well,
now,
Jim
you
Jones,
see,
what are you
I've
thinking?
got to disagree. I've got to disagree with both of them. I'm sorry, I'm going for Nate West.
Fair enough.
Here's why. If Nate gets the speed down to a T and uses that innovative, whatever the word is, I don't care.
Innovative.
Innovative.
Yeah, innovative, right? If Nate uses that innovative offense, the flippy shit, the speed, and breaks down GVC,
And all the
it's game over. So I'm going for Nate.
Not that I want to help him. My recommendation for a guy like Nate in a situation like this would be to pick a limb and kind of target it. As I'm a technician, that's kind of my thing. But the best way to take on a big man is pick a specific area and break it down. Pick an arm, pick a leg, and make sure that he can't lift you. Make sure that his knees buckle when he tries to powerbomb you. Make sure that his arms hurt when he lifts you up. So my recommendation.
My thing is this: I don't think he's going to be able to go for the arms, the head, or the body. He's going to have to target the legs. He's going to have to knock him off his feet.
Which in my eyes, in this sort of match, judging the frame of the guy that you're against, is not a bad strategy.
No, it's not. No.
Absolutely,
So,
it's a perfectly valid strategy, and it's a pretty effective one as well. We've seen many people do it over the years. Alright, now moving on to our next matchup. For the first time ever, we're going to be seeing AJ Storm going up against Adam Richards. Now this matchup, I'm excited to see. What are you guys thinking about this?
So I'm going to start by saying simply two words, and that's Adam Richards. He's a good time. He really is. This man is incredibly entertaining, incredibly good looking, and incredibly talented. When I look at Adam Richards, I see the future. When I look at Adam Richards, I see a world champion sometime very soon. When I look at Adam Richards, I see a guy who's going to win tonight. I think Richards just has this beautiful combination of like all you could want in a wrestler. He's got the looks, he's got the voice, he's got the charisma, and he's got the in-ring talent. And not to say that AJ Storm doesn't, because Storm really, really is good. But when you look at Richards, I just think it's his moment right now. He's hungry and he wants it. And seeing what he's done in the past week or so, I really, really have to say Richards is my favorite going into tonight.
So it's kind of like past versus the future kind of situation.
That's a very good way to put it. I think this is a match that if Richards wins, it's almost like a, passing of the torch, essentially.
Yeah.
I can't call it.
I can. I
can't.
I'm sorry. Like, after the beating and the absolute beating AJ Storm took from Mercer, I think that's gonna affect him. But at the same time, though, Adam Richards got out of a fucking death match. A death match where he almost broke his fucking neck. So, I don't know.
And he did also go up against Liam Mercer as well.
True. That is also very cool. Realistically, I don't fucking know. Obviously, the experience is going to have to go to the AJ Storm, but
right.
When it comes to... I don't know. I've always liked Richards. We hang out with him outside the ring, obviously Brooks. And
yeah, my thing about the difference is, you said it yourself, both these men have fought Mercer this week, and both these men have taken beatings. But the thing that we're not considering is, as you said, the experience, which also technically means age, goes to Storm.
Yep.
And when you get older, those beatings wear down on you a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at a guy like Richards, who is still in his prime, if even at his prime, I don't even think he's made it there yet.
I actually don't even think he's at his prime yet. I feel like AJ still is in a little bit of his prime, but definitely not as much as before. I feel like this is near the end of it.
Right, whereas Richards is maybe just getting started, right? So overall, not to disrespect Storm, but Richards is hungrier, Richards is younger, Richards is arguably fresher. So I've got to take Adam Goodtime Richards in this case.
Adam Good Time Richards. Good time.
I mean,
coming.
I'm staying neutral because I cannot call this match at all.
I
what I
can't.
can tell you,
That's a fair
what
point.
I can tell you though, Travis, is best bout observer. Get your stars ready because they'll be going on this match.
Mhm.
Oh,
All right, and finally G.
fucking. I'm sorry, Richards is gonna end up with a panorama.
All right, well, let's move on to our next matchup. This matchup, I'm pretty excited to see. In G, I'm sure you're gonna have a lot to say about this one. Connor Smoke going one-on-one with Justin Tyler.
No,
You know what? I'll
no,
let you take this one.
No,
Go on,
no,
Jake.
fuck this shit. I'm sorry, Connor Smoke and Justin Tyler. I hate both of them. Let's get this straight. Connor Smoke, right, has disrespected the company I call home in Honorbound on multiple fucking occasions. So he's already a piece of shit. And then there's Justin Tyler. Justin Tyler, you might call me maniacal for everything I've done to people like Jordan Shadows and everything, but you let me down. You let these people down when they need you most. So as far as I'm concerned, I physically hate both of them. However, I've also teamed with both of them. I know how they both work. Connor Smoke, obviously a man of many things, but one thing he's very good at, and that's fucking a face breaker. We saw him knock out Bill Dern at Shootout, but when it comes down to it, I'm gonna have to give this one the. Oh, and this one hurts. This hurts. Oh, I'm gonna have to give this one the. Oh, Jim, can you say this for me? I'm about to vomit.
He's giving the match to Justin.
Oh, thank you. Thank you solely for the fact of I know how JT is.
Yep,
JT
he's
obviously
a former
like
tag
Nate
team
West,
partner of yours.
He's a high flyer when it comes down to it. I've teamed with Connor Smoke at XWW, but JT's more determined than I've ever seen him. Solely for the fact of he has a goal, and that goal is putting me down.
Jordan, before you give your analysis, can I just say something?
Go for it.
I still think that fire of G breaking up the Texas boys is still there. So I think that
He breaking it up. I did what needed to be
utilize that tonight.
So I'm gonna actually distance from the whole prediction of JT, and I'm gonna take Smoke you because there's a big thing with the whole wanting to destroy G. That's gonna be in the top of JT's mind. His mind is on G. It's not on his current opponents. It's on
going
G.
to affect them.
And I think looking at that, Connor is a smart guy. Connor is a talented guy. Some might say Connor's OP.
Oh God, not that.
Oh,
I can vouch he definitely is.
Oh, no, he's not OP. Shut up.
So, with that in mind, and JT,
that I'm going to tweet my displeasure.
Damn.
go ahead, tweet your displeasure. But in all seriousness, I think Smoke has the advantage because of the whole Texas Boys situation, because of the weight of Psycho G weighing on Justin Tyler. I'd have to say that Connor has the advantage, and he's smart enough, and he's quick enough, and sure as hell strong enough to pull off a win here against JT. I'd like to see JT kind of, focus on Connor and pull one off, but in reality, I don't think his mind is there right now. I think his mind is too zoned in on G, and we've seen that throughout the past couple months.
So do you think he might end up fighting like he's facing G instead of facing Smoke?
I think that would be what would cost him overall, because
That's gonna be his downfall.
yes, exactly, because it's very easy to not realize what you're doing and cost yourself.
Yeah.
Because if he fought like he's fighting G, he's gonna end up making a mistake, because this isn't some crazy fucking death match against G. This is a match with Smoke, and Smoke isn't gonna fight the same way G fights. We know that. And so if that's the take he has, then he's going to lose. And it's
See,
that.
there is a different
Yeah.
take on that though, because if JT utilizes that aggression that he's got over the past weeks, hell, we could see a stomping going on over
We
here.
could, but here's the thing. As Brooks pointed out, Connor's got a different fighting style than me.
Mhm,
Obviously,
right.
I'm a deathmatch guy at heart, but I'm more of a technician and a brawl. Connor Smokes a striker when it comes down to it. Obviously, literally, his move is literally 2 knees to your fucking dome.
Mhm.
You can't avoid that. I couldn't avoid it. So,
I think the most simple way to put it
I
is when
know
it comes
someone
down to
who
it.
did.
When it comes down to it, though,
Sure.
it's a very different type of answer. It is, it is striking versus brawling. It is, I'm gonna beat your ass versus I'm going to hit you until you can't stand anymore. And I think the advantage has to go to Smoke just simply because of the mental games.
Mm.
Alright, well, moving on to our next matchup is the final women's matchup of the evening. Nicole Hale Sanchez going one-on-one once again with Victoria Myrina. Now we've seen both women at Revelations of Radiance. Both were successful in their matchups, and now they go one-on-one against each other tonight. Who do you guys got?
I mean, I'm gonna say it before anybody else does. Clash of the Titans.
Wait, we're
literally
talking about the movie?
No, we're talking about this match. Literally
Wait,
Clash
this match
of
is
the
a movie?
Titans.
Well, shit.
Well, movie references aside, my personal pick would be Nicole, just based off of the sheer experience edge and the fact that Nicole really doesn't lose very much. There's no easier way to put that. She comes out and she fights until she can't fight anymore, and it's quite admirable, if I'm being honest. And now Vic is big and strong, and that's an advantage she's going to have over Nicole. And if she wants to beat her, it's going to have to be the strength, because Nicole isn't as big as Vic. She's not as strong as Vic.
It's
But-
like what we said. It's like what we said with Nathan GVC.
It is very similar, actually.
Yeah, right.
It is
And-
a very similar sort of match.
And actually,
if
just
Nicole
like with
uses that speed, if Nicole uses that speed, she's got it. But if Vic starts throwing her around the ring like no tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
then it's game over.
Exactly.
and
Here's
and,
my thing.
and going off of like what we said about AJ Storm and Adam Bridges with both men being in their prime or being out of their prime, I kind of feel like
Oh.
this is also a similar situation. I feel like Nicole Hale at the moment is like at her prime at
Yes.
the moment. I feel like she has
Mhm.
all the momentum in the world. But Victoria
Uh,
Marina, even though she's less experienced, I feel like she's also having an advantage as well.
I think in a lot of ways, Vic does have an advantage with her strength, her youth, her whatever else you can point. Yeah, but there's also the fact that Nicole has been, she's been quite literally on top of the mountain.
Yeah, that's true. I want to go night in with this. Yeah, Vic's big. That's cool. Victoria can be big. She can be a powerhouse. That's great. But we've seen Nicole Hale fight a powerhouse in Shiva. Nicole Hale's beaten some of the best in women's wrestling ever. From Isabella Ventura to Zoe Zombie, the list goes on and on for miles and days. So I gotta give this one to Nicole Hale. So there you go.
I'd have to agree with G, but as I said, my prediction is literally just based off of the idea behind, strength versus speed and mentality. Because I think Nicole has heart, and she has the will to keep fighting even after getting beaten down, which is a big advantage. Whereas if you look at Victoria typically doesn't get beat down. When she wins, she wins. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So I think what it really will take is Vic being able to kind of shut down Nicole's strength in her offense and make Nicole play defense.
And do you
But
think
it's
that's
like
going to
what-
be possible for her to do
Go on,
so?
go on, Trevor.
I think it's possible. I do. I just think she's going to have to fight harder than she realizes. I think it's going to be an uphill battle.
I think it's like what Jordan said earlier about targeting that specific limb.
Mhm.
That could be the difference maker in this match. But at the end of the day, Nicole Hale doesn't lose. She goes in there, she fights until she dies in that ring, and she puts all the heart in there. So for that solid reason, I'm going with Nicole Hale.
All right. Well, first off, we are going to be having another person on this panel very soon, and also, I have a special announcement to make before we do anything else. Since we're at the halfway point of our pre-show.
Oh no.
As I mentioned before, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be having NFG Volume 2 this summer in New Orleans.
You know what?
Also in New
I'm gonna
Orleans.
want to do this. Marks, I want to pause you pause the button. Go back to NFG real quick, because you know what? Fuck you. I know you said don't do it, but there's somebody in this call I want to call out right now.
Oh,
Brooks, I challenge you at No Fucks Given Volume 2 to a death match.
is this what we're playing right now, G?
You know what? We never fought. We fought like once in a tag match, so you know what? I'm like, fuck it.
Travis, why did you put me in between these two?
Look,
Hey, look, you
G-
chose Etsy, buddy.
you know what, G? Death matches normally aren't my thing.
Yeah,
I don't.
but we both know you can hang, though.
I'm a
I'm
technician at
challenging
heart,
you.
okay? And truth be told, I've never done one of these events, and it's not normally my setting. But considering the circumstances, and it's your show, and the opportunity to embarrass you in front of everybody there, How
Oh,
am I
we
supposed-
doing this?
How am
I
I-
was gonna be like a friendly little piece of
There's
shit,
no-
but okay.
there's no friendly in it.
Fuck's sake.
If I'm gonna fight you at no
Oh.
fucks given, I'm not gonna give a fuck. So G,
Oh, there
Take my
you go,
hand.
man.
You're wrong.
You see, you're better. You see, this is why I'll disagree with you, right?
Alright,
You
well,
have something. No,
Uh,
Marks, I want to say this.
I know that, but you got to
Fuck
remember
you.
we're also on a bit of a time
We're
limit.
on a
Don't want to
schedule.
try. Yeah, we're on a schedule.
Oh,
Gotta
yeah,
get ready for
Marks,
2
next
p.m.
Shootout too,
But-
everybody.
Yeah, and shootout 2 if it does happen, since was a little bit of controversy surrounding that show. But regardless, ladies and gentlemen, NFG Volume 2 and Shootout 2, they are both a part of Ultimate Week 2. We're going to be coming back this summer. Not Ultimate Night, however. Ultimate Night will not be a part of these events this summer.
The Ultimate
However,
Week, then.
what I can say, Ultimate Week will still be there. Ultimate Week, the second Ultimate Week, will be happening this summer in New Orleans, Louisiana, as well as the headline show being the Mixed Tag Series. Everybody has been wanting that to
Oh, that's
happen.
back?
It wasn't able
Okay,
to happen
so,
this summer. It wasn't able to happen this week. However, we will be having it this summer. So get your pairings ready. Get
I'm gonna
everything
butt
all
in now.
set.
If any ladies want to partner with the one, the only, hit my DMs. I got you. I'll carry you through it. Anyways,
Oh, damn! Damn! No, I wouldn't
Oh,
want to do
man.
this. You know what, Brooks? I wouldn't have picked you if I didn't know you could hang. But you know what? That's fine. I'll just remind you that you're still Tyson's little.
oh my God, really?
Oh.
Oh,
As much as that would
Oh.
embarrass you, we are on a time limit. We can promo later.
We will do it on a time night. Anyways, back to
we
our
still
character
got
somewhat.
stuff. Come on, Jesus Christ.
All right.
No, we don't need him. No.
1 second. Let me just have it up on the screen so people know what's going down. Ultimate.
Sending up a screen. Da.
All right.
Travis Marks a bitch.
There we go. And 1 second. Did not want that to happen. But ladies and gentlemen, Ultimate Week returns this summer. Again, not Ultimate Night. There's no word about Ultimate Night at the moment. So don't be taking that as Ultimate Night for this summer. Nope, not happening. Anyways, moving on. Hopefully our other guest joins us soon. However,
Oh.
ladies and gentlemen, moving on to a very interesting matchup. Now, like I said, card subject to change. Warbeards was originally supposed to go up against Chris Midas and Nick Nitro, better known as Apex. However, again, due to unforeseen circumstances, Nick Nitro is unable to attend this show, and I also had to make sure that Midas wasn't playing any tricks and he was just bluffing. I did check. Nitro is not in the building. Midas has reassured that he does have a
Did you
mystery
check under the
partner.
ring?
Yes,
Because
we
he
checked
could
everywhere.
He could hornswoggle this shit, man.
We did check. Midas reassured us it's a completely different mystery partner. But however, it is going to be Warbeards against Chris Midas and a mystery partner of his choosing. Do you guys think that's going to affect the match at all?
I'll be the first to say
Warbeards will
yes.
win.
I actually will be the first to say yes, especially depending on who the partner is. But the element of surprise is a big element when it comes to wrestling, and I feel like not knowing your opponent is just as scary as knowing them too well.
Even if you're the Warbeards?
Even if you're the
I
Warbeard.
know who the mystery partner is.
Oh, do you?
Oh.
Yes.
Who is it, Tom?
It's the 24/7 champion, Rob Gronkowski.
Oh
It's
my.
Gronk. Okay.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
So
Okay.
Midas,
I'm telling you,
Midas got a hold of Gronk. That's great. Either way, regardless of who the
So who
partner is,
cares?
That was just entirely unexpected. I was like, oh, geez, does he actually know? And then I heard that. I was like, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here.
So, on a real note, regardless to experience of the Warbeards, Midas has the advantage of the element of surprise. And who knows, he could have got someone as talented as myself to be his partner. He didn't, because I'd never tag with him. But he could have got someone like me. And that would save him. in
Sounds
this
like
case.
you're bluffing.
I'm not bluffing. Why would I ever want to tag with Midas? I'm a better Canadian. Anyways, continuing on with the story, I actually have Midas winning, as much as I hate to say it.
See?
Really do.
See?
Well,
Got
well,
ya.
here's another suggestion. Since we've seen him tagging with him very recently, what if Jay Jones pulls a doubleheader and teams with Midas tonight? What if we see Super Flip Bros at Ultimate Night 3 against the Warbeards?
You know
Is,
what?
is that spoilers?
It
That's
could be.
not spoilers,
But
but maybe, who knows?
Here's my general take on that: is that would benefit Midas greatly because JJ is a wonderful competitor. I'm still not invited to his wedding, but
Neither are we.
on a real note, I would have to say Midas has the advantage just due to the element of surprise and the fact that he is a much larger man than Bill Durham. I think the strategy for this match, being a former tag team champion myself, would be to pick on the small guy. My tag was a combination of a big and a small in me and my former partner. And I think if Midas is able to take down the small guy, that's going to be what gives him the win.
Well, you also got to remember, Bill Dern may be the small one of the two, but Oliver Windsor, he's a powerhouse.
Windsor is a powerhouse, and I respect the hell out of Oliver Windsor. I think he's a wonderful man. But I'd have to say the weak spot in this tag team in this match would be Dern, just based off the size difference between Dern and Midas, because Midas is so much larger. So depending on the partner that Midas gets, it could play to the advantage of Midas, especially if he gets another large guy, hypothetically speaking. If you were to get somebody like Logan Daniels or Dallas Cage, not saying those are the people, but if you got somebody that big, it would be a great asset to him just because of the size difference. So my prediction is going to be the size and strength of Midas and whoever his partner is going to overwhelm Dern, costing the Warbeards the match. Although I must say, if the Warbeards win, it's going to have to be picking on the mystery partner because they don't know who it is, so it's going to be easy pickings. Just trying to decide.
Somewhat
Yeah,
easy
But
picking.
how do you prepare for that?
Exactly, right? You can't
How
really
do you
be prepared.
prepare for
You
somebody
can
don't
prepare for
even know
one
who's gonna
half
be
of
in
the
match?
field. You can prepare for one half of the field, and I guess you
You can't
just pretty
prepare
much
for the
just
other.
have to play detective, try and guess, like train for whoever you think it's going to be. So
Yeah, right.
maybe they might have been training for the right person.
I
Maybe
mean-
they may have been training for the wrong person. Who knows?
I mean, as Brooke said, it could be Dallas Cage, who is massive. How the fuck do you prepare for that? But as you
Exactly.
always
Wait,
say,
what's going on? I'm sorry, I just got back
it's
from
not
taking
about the
it down.
boat, it's about the motion of the
All right. Well, actually, G, since you and
Hi.
Stern are fellow cruiserweights. How you feeling about this matchup between the Beards and Midas and whoever his partner is?
Hold on 1 second.
Oh. Okay. Well, either way, to answer for him.
That's kind of up.
Go ahead.
Warbeards are gonna win. Warbeards, motherfucking Warbeards. Why the Warbeards, you say? Because it doesn't matter who Midas has as his partner. It could be me. It could be Jay Jones. And it says a lot when I even say they can beat me. Because why? The Warbeards are one of the, if not the best tag team today. It does not matter if Nitro somehow made it. Warbeards would still. I went to wars with the Warbeards. I fought them in 2018 in the Texas Chamber Massacre Tag Team Tournament. In the finals, where we put on an instant classic. I went to battles and wars. I played buckets. I've teamed with them. It doesn't matter how you slice it. The Warbeards will walk out victors.
Alright, well, just 1 second.
I've got the Warbeards as well. But part of me swaying towards Midas and the Mystery, because how do you prepare for that?
Captain, we are being hosted.
Like you
very
prepare for
simple.
Midas,
You don't.
but
You don't.
can't
go
prepare
online.
for. Yeah, right. You're going in blind. But
Yeah,
You know what?
you have
The
you just
Warbeards
have
had
to
to
train
go
for whoever
online
you
before
think
you
the
do
partner might be.
I'm going for Warbeards.
Yep.
Alright,
Alright, next match.
well, this matchup is a big first time ever matchup between Thomas Starr and Matthew Taylor, the British Viking,
God. I've got
the
about,
Sex God!
aka the British Viking.
I've got
No.
a couple sentences for this match.
Oh, here we go.
Now, as much as I respect Starr, and I've seen him do quite a lot in his time around here, I just think MT has such a unique style and grace about him, and the way that he fights is very unlike most other people. Not to mention he is indeed a sex god. So when I look at this match, I think it could go either way, but I have to, tip my hat or give the advantage to Matthew Taylor. MT is just incredible. He's been a world champion multiple times.
Sex God.
He is a sex god, and he is just a wonderful guy. So, as much as I'd love to say Starr for this, my money has to be on Matthew Taylor.
Hang on. Hang on. Hey,
If this is Starr, you
Oh.
can actually shut up.
Oh boy!
No, I
and
actually
speaking of
wanna
which,
get my shit in before
we
you
do
this,
have
please.
Can I get my
stuff
Thomas
in,
Starr
please?
here. Let's hear what she has to say first.
Yeah, nah, $20 says he's gonna interrupt me anyways, because you know what? That's what he does to people. So, ladies and gentlemen, who do I have winning? Do I have my boss of Conquer Pro? Make sure to check that out. Shameless ad. Or do I have Thomas Starr, someone who was supposed to retire, but you know what? He's back, and you know what? That says a lot to his heart, and you know what? Both men have a lot of heart and determination. I fought both men. I played buckets against MT. I've known MT for the past 3 years, though. I've seen MT grow as a human being and a wrestler. Tom has always had a lot of people to prove wrong. He's coming in the underdog, and once again, he has to prove everybody wrong. And that includes Jordan Brooks and some of the people here right now. So, no matter how much I love MT, and this one hurts, I've got to pick Starr.
Well,
You
thanks,
gonna interrupt me,
Jay.
or am I gonna curse you out?
Alright, well, Thomas
And if
Starr.
you're gonna do
Please,
this,
please welcome Thomas Starr
let
to the panel
your-
now. Starr,
Hello.
this matchup
Set a
is
timer,
very
20-minute
interesting.
promo.
Well,
God,
we do have a time limit.
Feels like
You
deja
have a
vu.
limit.
Like I've been here before.
Well, I just want to know right now, what are you thinking going into this match with MT for the first time ever?
What am I thinking? Well, funnily enough, Travis, it's one of those deja vu moments. I just said I've been here before. I remember correctly. Last year, I was here saying how I was going to beat Jack Hunter.
Yeah, and it
then
was a
all
very
came
controversial
crumbling
ending.
down. And
Very
then
very
all
controversial
came
ending, and then you ended up under-retiring essentially. and now you have this matchup with
Fam,
MT.
I'm not going out to people keeping their feet on the ropes.
That's
Like,
fair enough.
I go out on my terms. I go out on the terms that I want to, right? And now, can I have some stats for you? 59.4% of people said that Matthew Taylor was going to win this match. Psycho G has just said that I have a lot of people to prove wrong.
You always
the
have.
stats-
That's the thing, Tom.
59%. How
You don't
many
need to-
times? Right, hang on, Jay. How many times have I come onto these sort of shows and stated that I'm going to upset the odds and then actually do?
It's 50-50 with you, if you want me to be honest. When
See,
you say
right? See, right?
No, it's 50-50. No, you say you can win, even when the odds are stacked against you. But sometimes you don't. Sometimes you do. But I do know you for being a little bit of a choke artist, Tom. I've seen it.
Don't
You
start me
can't
on that,
deny
Jay.
it. No, look at last year.
I don't need to start on that.
You can say Jack cheated, but it was a fucking death match. There's no rules.
No, it wasn't.
And
It
you
was
know I
referee's
love
discretion,
you.
that's
Since
right.
you know this. You know this. But maybe this time you can prove everybody wrong. You've had to do it since you started wrestling. You've had to prove the doubters wrong. Maybe you can do it. Maybe.
I
But
mean-
don't guarantee shit.
I mean, I ain't guaranteeing anything. All I'm saying is,
Thank you
yeah,
for
I lost to
calling.
Lozano. Yeah, I lost to Jack. This time, not this time. MT, you've ducked me for ages. Finally, you grew up and accepted the challenge. And unfortunately, MT, I'm applying fear. Like walking towards that last zombie corpse on the ground after you used all of your rounds and you're not sure if it's down. Thanks for having me. I'm gonna go over here. See you
Alright.
later.
Alright, well,
Alright, appreciate
we gotta
your
move on
insight.
to we gotta move on to our next matchup. This matchup was originally going to be Payne against Donald until Donald stated that Payne will not be facing him. It's gonna be Payne Kirkman against the White Rabbit.
So I'm gonna put my input in here, just to start.
Go right ahead.
Both these men are resilient sons of bitches. Both these men. Take a,
Men.
both these men can take a load of punishment and keep on going. Both these men are willing to fight through almost anything. But out of the two of them, I've seen the Rabbit go to hell and back. This man is sadistic. He is sick. He is insane. He refuses to lay down for anybody. I know the person behind the mask, just as well as I know the person in the mask. I think that this has to sway to his advantage, just because he is so strong-willed and so unwilling to lose. I feel like that's going to be what pushes him over the edge. I know Payne is one wicked man, but I feel like with the Rabbit, regardless to what he's gone through, he just keeps coming back stronger and stronger, and that's a scary thought.
Now, G, as somebody who has stepped in the ring with the White Rabbit, is there any kind of advice that you could give Payne right now?
Payne, I want you to walk out in a fucking body bag. I hope the White Rabbit breaks your fucking legs. I will never forget the hell you put me through for the past 7 fucking months. Go fuck you.
Okay.
Well, those are some
Pain.
pretty strong words right there, and a very simple guess for very simple prediction for
Now,
Jim
I'll
Jones.
be back.
Pain.
Alright.
Let him in.
Without love.
All right, now this matchup.
Go on.
Anything else?
No, go on. I got the
Alright,
White Rabbit. That's
well,
all it needs to have.
This matchup is a very big matchup. This is the first time ever that we'll be seeing these two men face off outside of Code of Honor / Honor Bound. Jay Jones versus Ryan Swift. Now, of course, we're kind of running out of time now, so instead of sadly being able to talk about this, we just gotta go straight to predictions. What do you guys got?
Long story short, I feel like JJ wants and needs this more. I think Swift is an incredible talent, but my money's on Jay Jones.
And Jim Jones, who do you got?
I mean, my prediction: 6 stars from the Best Bout Observer.
And I do believe Psycho G said he was going to be right back. So we're going to go straight to the match that he's going to be a part of. This matchup has a lot riding into this. G was the one that laid out the challenge. All 3 other men accepted. Psycho G, Jack Hunter, Crazy J, and Michael Boom facing off. No ring mat, no ring canvas, wooden concrete. Anything is allowed, and we're gonna find out who the king of the death match is. Now, like I said, for those wondering what the king of the death match is, 20 minutes on the clock. Whoever gets the most pinfalls at the end will walk out the winner, and absolutely anything is allowed.
I mean, I'm just saying, Crazy J has backyard wrestling background. This is pretty much his turf. No ring mat, no ring canvas. He's used to getting slammed on the fucking dirt. Crazy J has this match.
Jordan, who you got?
As I said before, Death, Taxes, and Michael Boom wins. He's a scary, scary man, especially when motivated. And so that's as far as I can really put it. There's nobody that scares me more than Michael Boom.
And he did win a death match of this caliber against Connor Smoke last year. So now this is kind of interesting. I actually told G about this before. I told him that a lot of people after his match with Hunter at NFG, a lot of people are actually seeing Jack Hunter as the favorite right now, and I don't think he took to that pretty kindly. I'll just leave it at that. He definitely did not take that kindly. But
from a pro perspective, I've followed Jack Hunter ever since he started. In my eyes, he is kind of the favourite, but I think Crazy J's got it. I'm sorry, this is his turf, his background.
Well, now the main event, end of an era. Essentially, it's been labeled that. It's been said that these two are seeing this as basically the big rubber match, the match that's going to end it all. Finally, Dawn Frost and Hannibal Hyde in the main event. Who do you guys got?
Dawn Frost sucks. Go Hannibal.
I've got Dawn. As much as I don't want to say I've got Dawn, I've got Dawn. I think I'm confident that he's coming out here to fight tonight, and I feel like with the past I've had with Dawn, I know we can put up a good fight. So reluctantly, maybe I'm going to say Dawn's going to win this.
Before we go off the air, let me just say something. It's like this whole thing we keep reverting back to, this whole big target limb, strong throw around the ring, speed. It's one of those situations again. If Don uses the speed, he has this match. But if Hannibal starts throwing around the ring, game over.
Alright, now just 1 second. Alright, well, that was the pre-show, ladies and gentlemen. As I said before, Ultimate Week is going to be this summer in New Orleans. It is not going to be Ultimate Night. That will not be this summer. But Ultimate Week will be there. We'll be seeing NSG Volume 2, possibly Shootout 2, and the Mixed Tag Series, and many, many more joining the lineup. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Until then, for Jim Jones, for Trey Harris, for Psycho G, for Jordan Brooks, I've been Travis Marks, and it is time for Ultimate Night 3. We will see you in just a little bit. Stay tuned, stay in the chat, don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, because Ultimate Night 3 starts right now.